Hello, my name is Robert Lane. I'm a musician based in Birmingham, and it's a great pleasure to be here today. I want to sing a few of my songs for you. This one's called Very Own Way. This is a free message, and I hope you hear it. He doesn't need anything special, just needs you near him, and is hoping you'll be there at the end of his day, in a home that you've made in your very own way. Just a courtesy call, say my friend needs you. Can I find the word anytime he sees you, and is hoping you'll be there at the end of his day, in a home that you've made in your very own way. But it's not so simple now, and who said it should be? Life is a battle now, and the fighting sets you free. No, I'm just passing through, and if you would see me, I wouldn't talk in third person, finally let you hear me, and I'm hoping you'll be there at the end of my day, in a home that we've made in our very own way, and I'm hoping you'll be there at the end of my day, in a home that we've made in our very own way. Thank you. This next song is called Bill Frost's Flying Machine, and there's a bit of a story behind this one. When I was young, I used to holiday a lot at a place in South Wales, in Pembrokeshire, a little village called Saundersfoot, which you may have heard of or may have been to. It's next to a town called Tenby, which is probably a little bit better known. And there's a story there, a local legend, that a guy called Bill Frost designed and built the first ever powered flying machine, and that he flew this thing in the decades before the Wright brothers, the decade before the Wright brothers flew their first aeroplane. And the story goes that Bill Frost built this thing himself in his woodshed on St Bride's Hill in Saundersfoot, took it up onto St Bride's Hill one day and flew it briefly, and then crashed it. And there was a gale that night, and all the bits of this thing was spread everywhere, and he could never afford to fix it, and so he missed out on being the person who invented the powered flying machine. And everyone always assumed this was just a bit of a tall story. But recently there was some research done by a journalist, and they discovered a patent filed by somebody called Bill Frost at that time for a flying machine. And what's more, the newspapers of the night it was supposed to have happened all reported this fantastic gale. So there could be some truth in the story. It's probably a lot of rubbish, but we like to think it's true. And that story inspired me to write a song, told, of course, from the point of view of the flying machine. So you've got to imagine that this machine has been told it's going to be world famous. It's going to take one flight, and then everyone's going to know its name. And of course, things don't work out that way. Fame is only a flight away. That line, I named an album after it a couple of years ago called Only a Flight Away. But this song's called Bill Frost's Flying Machine. Looking back on that September day, I picture things going the other way. But frost made me of desire and will in his workshop on St. Bride's Hill. Fame was only a flight away, and my name would live beyond today. Onlookers take up to the sky, hundreds of yards covered, but not so wide. Frost has piled more desire than skill. We hit the tallest tree on St. Bride's Hill. First is nothing if you crash, but what's worse is not having a second chance. That night my bones were scattered by a gale, only a few left can tell the tale. Bill would never lose desire until he died blind and poor on St. Bride's Hill. Fame was only a flight away, and my name would live beyond today. Thank you. That's the story of Bill Frost and his flying machine. Hey, thank you so much for listening, and thank you for having me. It's a great thrill to be asked to do this. So thank you very much. I'm at home, as pretty much everybody is, I'm sure. But it's a good opportunity, and it's a lot of fun to be able to do these things online. They're not a replacement for the real event, are they? But they're better than having nothing at all. I'm going to do one more song for you. My name's Robert Lane. If you want to find out more about me and my music, you can find me online at robertlanemusic.co.uk, and all over social media as Robert Lane Music as well. I've got music that you can buy and merch that you can buy, but you can listen to it all there anyway and see the different projects that I'm working on. I also have a podcast called the Robert Lane Creative Careers Podcast, which is basically me having conversations with creatives, so like musicians, writers, actors, directors, casting agents, all sorts of people who work in the sort of arts and the creative industries, about their careers and how they've got to where they are, and just sort of generally creativity, like how they do the stuff that they do. So I think you probably find that quite interesting. There's some really cool people that I've spoken to on there, and you can find that on all good podcast providers, and again on my website, which is robertlanemusic.co.uk. So I'm going to do one more song for you. This one's a bit louder, and it's called My Love's in Deep. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope to see you again in real life at some point. My love's in deep, and I can't sleep. It's too late now, and I just lost my last chance to leave. Oh, my love's in deep. Baby, when I saw you, I knew just what was going on. My one desire was to have us talking one-on-one. I invited you out to see your best friend's band. How will you surprise me when you took me by the hand? My love's in deep, and I can't sleep. It's too late now, and I just lost my last chance to leave. My love's in deep. Half the gig was a party and Bowie sang Let's Dance. Was then you kissed me and I didn't stand a chance. I took you for dinner, but you wouldn't let me pay. I would find that you are used to having things your way. My love's in deep, and I can't sleep. It's too late now, and I just lost my last chance to leave. Yeah. Oh, my love's in deep. Thomas, later on, and take a look at us both now. Got this fight together, and it's better each day somehow. Where we're heading, I really couldn't guess, but meeting you has been an unqualified success. My love's in deep, and I can't sleep. It's too late now, and I just lost my last chance to leave. Yeah. Oh, my love's in deep. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me, and enjoy the rest of your weekend, and see you soon. Thanks.